今日もお付き合いいただきありがとうございます。今日の主なニュースを英語でお送りします。
Iran's Revolutionary Guard claimed to have blockaded the Strait of Hormuz on July 12th, firing warning shots at a vessel for not following its designated route. In response, the U.S. military began attacks on Iran, stating that a container ship had been attacked. This marks a significant escalation in tensions.
A 16-year-old girl is missing after 3 people fell from a jet ski at the Isumi River mouth in Chiba. 2 males, aged 40 and 16, were rescued after reaching shore. The incident occurred around 10:30 a.m. on July 12th. A wave warning was in effect for the area at the time.
Argentina advanced to the FIFA World Cup North America semifinals, defeating Switzerland 3-1 in extra time. Star player Lionel Messi did not score in this quarterfinal match, marking his first game without a goal in the tournament. Argentina will now compete in the next round.
The LDP aims to pass all government bills by the Diet session's end on July 17th, without extending it. 13 bills, including a criminal procedure amendment, are still under deliberation. Opposition parties are demanding more thorough discussions. The LDP chairman stated no extension is considered.
Akiji Maekawa, acquitted in a retrial for a 1986 murder case, expressed anger after a report showed 6 prosecutors knew of testimony errors. On July 10th, Mr. Maekawa, 61, stated the prosecution was at fault for appealing. He is now demanding an apology and appropriate action from them.
Following the Strait of Hormuz blockade, Japan's government is securing crude oil through alternative routes. This strategy has successfully reduced the decline in crude oil imports. The Agency for Natural Resources and Energy reported this positive trend as of May this year, aiming to ensure energy stability.
On July 12th, Western Japan, including Kyushu and Chugoku, faced dangerous heat with temperatures over 38 degrees Celsius. Residents are strongly advised to take heat stroke precautions. Meanwhile, developing rain clouds brought intense rain to Hokkaido's Tokachi region.
Senboku City, Akita Prefecture, issued an evacuation order at 4 p.m. for 924 households, or 2,083 people in Kakunode Machi, Nishinagano. This was due to heavy rains, causing the Irimunai River to exceed its flood risk level, triggering a level 4 warning.
A 40-year-old man, Takashi Yoshimoto, was arrested in Ibaraki for allegedly invading a home and sexually assaulting a teenage girl. Police say Yoshimoto threatened the victim. The girl fled to a restaurant and a customer called the police. Yoshimoto denies the charges, claiming consent.
次は社会のニュースです。
Tohoku is experiencing record heavy rainfall for July, with alerts for landslides and swollen rivers continuing until tonight. Localized intense rain is expected. Separately, regions from Kanto to Kyushu should be cautious of sudden thunderstorms, especially in mountainous areas this afternoon. Heavy rain warnings are active in parts of Aomori, Miyagi, and Akita.
Shikoku's rainy season has officially ended. Today, Western Japan, especially Kyushu, and the Chugoku region is experiencing dangerous heat with temperatures exceeding 38 degrees Celsius. Residents must take thorough precautions against heat stroke. Meanwhile, rain clouds are developing in northern Japan, with reports of intense rain in Hokkaido's Tokachi region.
The Liberal Democratic Party plans to pass all bills by the Diet session's end on July 17th. Conversely, the Constitutional Democratic Party insists on a thorough debate for the Imperial House Law Amendment Bill in the House of Councilors. LDP officials are not considering extending the session. Various parties shared their differing opinions on the imperial succession debate.
Hokkaido police arrested 33-year-old Yuto Okamoto on murder charges. He admitted to killing his 22-year-old girlfriend, Sana Sato, by hitting her head with a hammer at his home on July 11th. Okamoto later turned himself in. Police found Sato deceased with multiple head injuries and a blood-stained hammer at the scene. The motive is currently under investigation.
A jet ski carrying 3 people overturned near the Isumi River mouth in Chiba Prefecture today. A teenage woman is currently missing, and search efforts are underway by police and fire departments. The woman was swept away by waves after the jet ski flipped. 2 men, believed to be father and son, were rescued with minor injuries.
Nara Prefecture announced the culling of a bear found in a warehouse in Higashi-Yoshino village on July 11th. This marks the first emergency hunting of a bear in the Kinki region. The village used a tranquilizer gun to remove the bear, a 135 cm male weighing 41 kilograms, to ensure residents' safety.
30 years ago, in July 1996, an O157 food poisoning outbreak from school lunches in Sakai City sickened 9,523 children and killed 4. A woman responsible for school lunch hygiene expressed deep regret, stating she felt like a perpetrator. She recalled schools lacked refrigerators then. Sakai City marks July 12th annually to remember this tragic event.
Today marks 3 weeks since a 5-year-old boy went missing at a hot spring facility in Kirishima City, Kagoshima Prefecture. The boy was last seen on June 21st while visiting with his family. Police continue intensive search efforts in the area near the facility, hoping to find the child.
A government survey estimates 15% of hospital doctors will work over 960 hours of overtime annually in 2025, surpassing the standard limit. This highlights ongoing long working hours, though down from 21% in 2022. The Ministry of Health will form an expert panel tomorrow to discuss measures for further reducing doctors' overtime.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
Credit card payment agency Zen Toshin in Osaka has filed for bankruptcy, impacting Nara businesses. Restaurants are concerned about unpaid sales, as Zen Toshin typically pays before card companies. One restaurant owner who accepted a fee increase recently expressed anger. Many small businesses fear their funds won't be returned, causing financial uncertainty.
The Imperial Household Law Amendment, aimed at securing the number of imperial family members, passed the House of Representatives on July 10th. It is expected to be enacted during the current Diet session, with the session ending next week. The government and ruling party are rushing its deliberation in the House of Councilors to ensure its swift establishment.
10 years have passed since the International Arbitration Court ruled against China's claims in the South China Sea. On July 12th, Japan, the U.S., and 12 other nations issued a joint statement. They reiterated that the arbitration ruling is final and binding, urging China to accept and comply with the decision.
With the Diet session ending in 5 days, ruling and opposition parties debated on NHK's Sunday program. The Liberal Democratic Party aims to ensure the passage of remaining bills, including the Imperial Household Law Amendment. However, the Constitutional Democratic Party emphasized the need for careful deliberation, not simply rushing based on the schedule.
On the fourth anniversary of former Prime Minister Abe's assassination, Prime Minister Takaichi attended a memorial gathering. She praised Abe for tackling divisive national issues. Takaichi stated her commitment to continue pursuing new challenges, following Abe's example. This stance suggests her resolve to address difficult policy matters during her premiership.
Japanese izakayas are facing tough times, with bankruptcies reaching a record high in the first half of 2026, exceeding 100 cases. Rising costs for ingredients, labor, and rent, coupled with price increases, are driving customers away. Many small izakayas are closing down, unable to recover from declining sales and accumulated losses.
U.S. tech giant Apple has sued OpenAI, the developer of ChatGPT, in a California federal court. Apple claims that individuals employed by OpenAI illegally took confidential information regarding Apple's unreleased technology and products. This lawsuit comes despite their partnership to integrate ChatGPT into iPhones, potentially impacting their future relationship.
Inheritance renunciations in Japan reached a record high of 324,000 cases in 2025, a 5% increase from the previous year. This trend, a 70% rise in a decade, reflects a growing desire to avoid negative assets like unwanted land or buildings, not just debts. People are increasingly rejecting inheritances within 3 months of a death.
The Japanese government plans to include a reference to the Bank of Japan's independence in its basic policy on economic and fiscal management and reform. This move comes after market speculation about government pressure on the BOJ caused long-term interest rates to surge. Prime Minister Takaichi's administration is taking this unusual step to calm financial markets.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
The FIFA World Cup quarterfinals are over, and the top 4 teams in FIFA's rankings have advanced to the semifinals. Argentina, Spain, France, and England all won their matches. Argentina beat Switzerland 3-1, and England defeated Norway 2-1. The semifinals will feature France against Spain and England versus Argentina.
Legendary jockey Yutaka Take, at 57 years old, achieved his 5,000th career victory today. He reached this milestone after 39 years and 4 months since his first win in 1987. Take expressed deep emotion for this achievement, which includes wins in Japan and overseas, and hopes to continue adding more victories.
The first day of the MLB draft has concluded, with 135 players selected. However, Japanese players Rintaro Sasaki and Kenny Ishikawa were not chosen. Sasaki, a first-round pick in last year's NPB draft, and Ishikawa, a sixth-round pick, will await the next rounds, which begin on July 13th Japan time.
South African midfielder Jaden Adams, who recently played in the FIFA World Cup, has passed away at the age of 25. His body was found in Cape Town, and the cause of death is currently unknown. The sports ministry announced his passing, expressing sadness for the loss of a promising young player.
Erling Haaland, the monster striker from Norway, has exited the World Cup after his team's quarter-final loss. He did not achieve the Golden Boot, but he left a strong impression in his first World Cup appearance, making his name known worldwide. Despite the defeat, his impact was significant.
Kazuma Okamoto of the Blue Jays hit his 22nd home run this season, tying Shohei Ohtani's record for most home runs by a Japanese rookie in MLB. Okamoto, 30, achieved this milestone in a game against the Padres. He joined the Blue Jays this season after an 11-year career in Japanese professional baseball.
Shohei Ohtani is one home run away from 350 career home runs across Japan and MLB. However, the Dodgers announced Ohtani will withdraw from the All-Star game due to left knee inflammation. He will receive treatment to drain fluid from his knee, aiming to be in top condition for the second half.
During Argentina's World Cup quarterfinal win against Switzerland, Lionel Messi had a heated exchange with the referee. Messi expressed frustration over the referee's tone and gestures regarding a free kick. He reportedly told the referee to speak with respect and don't be rude. This incident became a widely discussed moment.
The Dodgers are set to visit the White House on July 23rd to meet President Donald Trump. This marks a second visit for Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Manager Dave Roberts stated that attendance is a personal choice. Some players have hinted they might decline the invitation, reflecting previous instances where athletes chose not to attend.
続いて、国際ニュースです。
The U.S. attacked Iran again on July 11th after Iran struck a civilian ship in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's Revolutionary Guard declared the strait closed and retaliated by hitting U.S. military facilities in Qatar, Oman, and other nearby countries. President Trump had previously stated the ceasefire was over. This exchange of attacks could escalate.
Iran's supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, declared on July 11th that revenge must be carried out against the U.S. and Israel. He believes they killed his father, the former supreme leader. Khamenei vowed to avenge the criminal murderers, but has not appeared in public since taking office in March.
On July 11th, a shooting took place at a street music event in Toronto, Canada. 2 people died and several others were injured. The suspect escaped and police are currently searching for them. Many people were enjoying the music and dancing when the incident happened.
FBI Director Patel reportedly led an investigation from the White House on July 10th. This concerned subpoenas for New York Times reporters who covered safety issues with the new U.S. presidential plane. Leading from the White House is unusual, raising concerns about the investigation's independence due to Patel's known loyalty to President Trump.
On July 11th, Russian forces attacked various parts of Ukraine, including the capital Kyiv, with ballistic missiles. So far, 7 people have died. Ukrainian President Zelensky urged for faster support at the NATO summit, following agreements made there.
Russia is facing gasoline shortages due to Ukrainian attacks on its oil refineries. This has caused long lines for gas in Moscow, and people are expressing unhappiness. Russia's Deputy Prime Minister for Energy Policy stated the situation remains severe, showing government concern.
On July 11th, Venezuela's National Assembly President Rodriguez announced the latest death toll from last month's major earthquake. He confirmed that 4,333 people have died in the South American country. The scale of the disaster is significant, and recovery efforts continue.
A confidential Chinese military document from 2014 shows leaders suggested preparing for conflict with Japan. This reveals China's concern about Japan's involvement in a Taiwan Strait conflict, especially after Japan allowed limited collective self-defense. Experts say China considered Japan and the U.S. potential enemies regarding a Taiwan emergency.
Since the Strait of Hormuz was effectively closed, the Japanese government has been securing crude oil through alternative routes, avoiding the strait. This effort has helped lessen the drop in crude oil imports. The Agency for Natural Resources and Energy observed this trend in May this year.
続いて、 文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
Pianist Mayako Moroi has passed away at 105 years old. She died of old age at her home on July 5th. Moroi remained active past 100, debuting in 1945. After studying in Germany, she returned to Japan in 1980. She continued sharing her love for piano through concerts, TV appearances, and writing until her final years.
Actress Yuzuki Akiyama, known for her starring role in the film One Cut of the Dead, has announced the birth of her first child. The 33-year-old actress welcomed a baby girl. Both mother and baby are healthy. Akiyama shared the happy news on Instagram, expressing immense love for her newborn daughter and her family's commitment to nurturing her future.
Peko shared her thoughts on July 12th, Ryachel's death anniversary, which she and her son called Data's Day. 3 years later, Peko says Ryachel is still a natural part of their daily conversations. While his absence is deeply sad, Peko emphasizes moving forward with their son. She is proud of their resilience and her son's continued happiness.
Jun Izazaki, a master besenware potter and living national treasure, has passed away at 90 years old. He died on July 11th. Izazaki contributed greatly to the revival of traditional besenware, successfully restoring the ancient anagama kiln. He also innovated with modern expressions. He was designated a living national treasure in 2004 and a person of cultural merit in 2025.
The full movie of Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5, recently released, was temporarily leaked on X. The high-quality video, not a camrip, was viewed about 1.5 million times in 7.5 hours before the account was deleted. Copyright authorities removed the illegal upload. This incident is considered extremely malicious, with suspicions of internal leaks or data theft before public release.
Actress Honami Sato, also known as Honami Iko from the band Gesu no Kiwami Otome, and actor Tokyo Emoto have announced their first pregnancy. The couple shared the news on social media on July 11th. Sato, 36, is due this autumn and is in a stable condition. They married last November, and both are remarried.
Takuya Kimura's YouTube channel streamed a mahjong match on July 11th featuring fellow Stardo Entertainment idols. The relaxed setting with some even drinking beer surprised viewers, sparking comments like, "What is an idol?" However, many also welcomed this rare, casual glimpse into their personalities. This event is seen as broadening the traditional idol image in Japan.
Popular YouTuber H. Hikiden has announced a new cup noodle, curry misoken, set for release on July 26th. This new flavor joins his misoken series, which has sold over 60 million units. The curry idea came from its popularity as a seasoning at his temporary ramen shop. Heikikin describes the curry misoken as a confident work and a power-boosting meal.
Japan's BPO committee will investigate Spirit World Exploration Journal, a program aired by 8 local TV stations. The committee announced on July 10th that it's difficult to distinguish if the content is a program or an advertisement. Sponsored by a religious group, the show featured lectures by its deceased leader and promoted products. BPO will examine the broadcasting process for ethical violations.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。